Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. And before I begin, I want to thank all the subscribers, all the supporters, all the people who stop by the channel and watch the videos. You may not have subscribed, but still you watch the videos. Some of you hit the like button, however you feel is appropriate. I want to thank all of you hitting those like buttons, hyping the videos. It's done a lot for my channel. Thank you very much. I also want to thank everybody for all the prayers for my grandson, Levi. You guys been great. Thank you very much. Okay, so I want to talk about something that's hitting hard on the internet right now, okay? And it all started over a comment. You guys have heard it already, I'm sure. It's been blasted all over the video. So I'm just going to get right to it and cut to the chase, okay? So Lucky made a comment on his own podcast, okay? What that comment meant to him as far as how racially motivated he was to say something like that is just the way he felt at the time and said what he said, okay? Then we have Adam come out and he starts talking about the Raza, about our business. He's not even involved in this. He's not a black man nor a white or a Mexican, okay? Adam's got so many spider webs and skeletons in his closet. I don't even know what he's doing on social media. I'd be embarrassed to be that man. He actually pays men to sleep with his wife while he takes pictures. And most of them have been black men. You know, there's something about a black man on his woman that I guess turns him on, you know. But I think that's a little bit grungy, having any man get on your wife, you know, while you watch and take pictures and stuff, you know. He's a sick puppy. You know, he has other instances and behaviors that have been found to be disgusting to the general public, actually, to normal, well-grounded people, okay? But he came out and he started talking about, like, let's see what the Raza does about what Lucky said, and you know, made it sound like we should give Lucky a DP, you know, some discipline, and get at him and sit him down and all of this stuff. Adam, it's not going to happen. That's one thing that's not going to happen. If anything, if anybody messes with Lucky, we're going to stand by him. And anybody who's with them, going to watch out for him. That's the way that's going to go down. Until if and when he decides to deal with this in his own way. Now, you're a two-face, Adam, because you had people on your own podcast who have disrespected the Mexican race. And you hired them. And you've had them on several times since. And I'm talking about the Baboso Whack 100. Okay? He said all kinds of things about Mexicans, calling them all kinds of derogatory terms. You know? Talking about welfare and just stupid shit, you know, paleteros and all of this stuff. And you know what? Beaners, all of that. Man, he went all over the place with derogatory terms. Nobody said nothing. Nobody did a goddamn thing. Okay, not his people and not you. And all of a sudden, you want to rise up and stand up for the brothers. That's not for you to do, man. Where do you fit in all this? Where you fit in is always stirring the pot, getting people riled up, because you make money off of all this stuff, you know? You have another guy, Bam or Bam Bam, whatever his name is, the old man was always asking for money for beer. Straight racist, man. He has racism coming out of his ears. Nobody ever asked for somebody to do something to that old man, not even talk to him. That's the way that man feels. And it's a shame, but it's okay. Those are his feelings. That's his attitude, you know? And all of this, you know, somebody should talk to Lucky. Nobody's going to talk to him about what? He said something. Man, there's so many podcasters that have been disrespectful to Mexicans. Man, I've seen it over and over again. You know, so have my subscribers. You know, like every time something's mentioned, it goes up. You know, the race card's pulled. You know, there's actually one group of people that are constantly pulling the race card. You know, so if they feel some sort of way, maybe they should clean their own backyard first before they start pointing the finger over our backyard, talking about this needs to be done and that needs to be done, and they don't like this and they don't like that. Just clean up your backyard. We don't like it either, you know? It's a terrible way to look at it, but, you know, we're on social media. People have different thoughts, different feelings. Some of them don't agree with mine, and some of them aren't going to agree with yours. And what do I got to say to that? Tough shit. That's the way it goes, and there's nothing you can do unless you want to do something, you know? And I don't think you do, Adam, you know? So your best bet is just to step aside and let the people involved deal with this, you know? In my opinion, Lucky shouldn't have said what he said. Wax shouldn't have said what he said. Bam, whatever his name is, Bam Bam, the old man, shouldn't say half the things he says, you know? And you have people in that circle working for you, you know? So stay out of it, man. You're nobody. You have no business naming certain things that don't concern you. This would get you killed in prison, getting involved with other people's politics, man. You don't do that. You know, but you think because you come in and you slither your way in and you bullshit people and pay people to go in where you go, that you're okay, that you're with somebody, you're one of them. You're not, man. You're just a little skateboarding little kid trying to hide behind this facade that is very easy to see through. Stay out of our business, Adam. We're not going to do nothing you say. Nobody's going to get disciplined Lucky, you know, and if Lucky chooses to deal with this, he will. If he doesn't, he's not going to, and that's just the way it's going to be, you know. Like I said, there's a lot of people, even that work for you, that disrespect Mexicans and have disrespected them over and over and over, you know. Although lately Whack hasn't been doing it much, but there was a time when he was just talking all kinds of masa. Nobody did nothing. You hired the dude, full-time, permanent, you know. And in my opinion, as far as the brothers go, I'm sure that they feel some sort of way. I don't blame them. I feel some sort of way when the Mexicans are talked about in a derogatory fashion. I do, you know, but it is what it is, man. Some people don't think and feel the way I do, you know. So, like, what do you want to do? You want to start a war over this, over a word or something, you know? If we were incarcerated, yeah, I could see it happening. I could see that happening. But you know how many people out here in civilization, man, that has some sort of problems with race, and not necessarily against blacks. It might be against Mexicans. It might be against Asians. Man, there's some racist people out here, you know. I've never heard Lucky disrespect any race, you know, what came out this time came out. Only he could say why he said it. I don't think that that type of talk or behavior belongs on social media, But as far as putting hands or disciplining him or the Raza raising up and going, no, it's not going to happen. Man. You guys are dreaming, So rest your neck, Adam 22. Anyways, I just wanted to respond. I know a lot of people have responded to this video. I've done a lot of videos about Adam. People really aren't interested in the dude, you know what I mean? But being that he has one of the biggest platforms, what he says reaches a lot of people. And when he talks smack, BS, that reaches a lot of people, and can get a lot of people thinking and feeling a certain way. And it's wrong, What you should worry about is trying to find a way to keep these men off of your wife, And when I say these men, I'm saying men, any man. That's some sick ass activity, I'm sure if your parents are alive, I'm sure they're real proud of you and her. They must think very highly of her. Why you put her through that, I have no idea. That's foul, and man, you should be coveting that woman, man. If she's really your wife and you really care for her, man. How could you, man? How could you even? I couldn't even think of. Man, it'd be a nightmare for me to even dream about something like that with my wife. Like, what is wrong with your thinking? And to think you're going to come in, name organizations that you know nothing of and have no business with, and put them on blast on social media, you're playing with fire, man. Straight fire, So, I know you paid a lot of money for your building, man, but that'd probably be the first thing that goes down, if anything goes down behind this. You know what I mean? Like, protect yourself and your interests, dude. You can't go around, throwing rocks at people because someone's going to throw a brick at you, Just relax. Things are going to work themselves out. They always do. And if they don't, after time, things will settle down, just like the wax situation and all the other brothers that have disrespected Mexicans on social media. Am I sticking up for Lucky? No, I don't even know Lucky. All I know him is from his podcast. And do I agree with what he said? No, I don't. Shouldn't have been on social media. But he said it. And if that's the way he feels and that's the way he thinks, those are his thoughts, his feelings, and you got to respect them. You don't need to like them, but you need to respect them. And that's just the way it is. Anyways, that's just my video for now. I'm sure things are going to work themselves out. They always do, but stay out of this, Adam. Don't cause more division between our two races than that already exist. Okay, stay out of it. I think what you're worried about is if the blacks and the Mexicans were to get together, man, there's nothing that you or anybody can do to stop us for what we try to do and make happen. Use your heads. Anyways, this is my video for now. Thank you very much. You guys have a good weekend. God bless you. God bless your families. And stay free, people. Stay free. Let's be out here where we can stay with our families, our loved ones. In case they call upon us, they need us for something, we can be here. That being said, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next one.